today to the Positive Vibes Community Youth Club Facebook page, where today we are celebrating some incredible talent in the name of Ntombizodwa Ndlovu, 23-year-old actress who's doing big things in our community. So today we're just going to showcase her talent, have a discussion, get to know her better, and hopefully influence and inspire somebody to join actress and stage and performance. Before we go any further, I hope you are all well in every part of the world that you are watching us from, whether you are streaming it live on replay or in a different time zone. Positive Vibes, just a bit of background. It's a community youth club based in Greater Manchester, with a particular emphasis in Bolton, Wigan, and Leigh. What we aim to do is, as the banner says behind me, to build positive futures, to go beyond hashtags, to unlock value and talent within the BAME community. We are not necessarily restricted to BAME alone, but we also showcase anybody's welcome to come on our platform and just be celebrated for who they are. Just waiting for a few people to join us online right now. Just share the link, Please, let's make this as interactive as possible. Put your comments there so Ntombizodwa can also read afterwards, so we can also read and share what we have. And I trust you are keeping safe wherever you are. You're maintaining safe distancing. We are still in the middle of a dangerous pandemic. I just urge you to observe caution. Together we'll make it through. Together we'll cross the bridge. But until then, we just need to stay safe. I'm sure you are now waiting to hear the guest that I've got lined up for you today, none other than Ntombizodwa Ndlovu. I don't want to speak too much, but let her take the stage. Zoe, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and just being here and being able to share my experience with you guys.
Awesome. So who is Ntombizodwa? Who are you?
So I am 23 years old, about to turn 24. Woo! At the end of the month. So if anyone wants to drop me a gift, send me a message and I'll drop my address. But yeah, I'm an actor, 23 years old. I'm also a singer, an artist. I'm a daughter, and that's who I am.
Wow. So before we go into the crux of the matter, I'm just going to ask you some soft questions just to make you relax whilst we are waiting for other people to join us online. So you've told us about yourself. So beach holiday or city break? What would you prefer between the two?
Wait, say that again.
A beach holiday or a city break? What would you prefer?
Beach holiday all day, every day,
I thought as much. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Trip to the Maldives or a safari in Africa?
Oh, I don't know. Okay. We'll go to the Maldives. We'll go to the Maldives. I've got an obsession with sand and water. Let's go.
All right. If you win a holiday for two, who else would join you on a holiday?
It would be my sister.
Oh,
yeah.
Blessed. And your sister's name?
It's Ntombizodwa Ndlovu.
All right, Simpiwe.
Yeah.
Oh, so
she can pay
Simpiwe,
for everything.
if you are tuned in live, Simpiwe, you've just guaranteed yourself a holiday through Ntombizodwa. All right. Thank you. All right, so let's talk more about you now, Ntombizodwa. I'm just trying to take you back to when you were young and you were sitting in the classroom. What did you, that question, that all familiar question, what do you want to do when you grow up? At that point, what was your answer?
What do I want to be? Do you know what? I always wanted to, I'd say performer, singing. And then acting was very closely behind it.
All right. So at that stage, did you get involved in any small plays at school throughout your formative years as a stage
Yeah.
performer slash actress?
So in primary school, I did, because I came to the UK in 2006. So in Zimbabwe, I don't remember really doing any shows like that. But when I got here in primary school, I would partake in the plays that we had, and one of the plays was Shark Tales, and I absolutely loved that experience, and went on to high school, and I don't know, I can't really pinpoint the exact moment where I knew that I wanted to act. It's just something that's always been with me from, being young and watching karate movies with my uncle back in Zim to just sitting in the cinema watching a simple movie. Yeah. I think, yeah. I hope I answered the
So,
question.
oh yeah, it does. Thank you so much. So, what drew you to acting? That stage performance. What kicked in you?
Well, it's from doing the plays and the shows and the entire experience of it, the showmanship, everybody just gathering together to make this one thing happen and working together. And because when you join a show, there's very much this family vibe that we all have, and the drive that everybody has. That's what really really drew me. And again, watching people on television, whenever I watch something, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be in that. You know? Yeah.
All right. So at this stage, I want to ask you the three qualities for a good actress.
Ah. The three qualities for a good actress. Okay. Um. Do you know what I would say? It's a really hard one because it's subjective. Um, I would say somebody who's brave, not afraid to take risks. Um, Someone who is in touch with their self. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be emotional and crying all the time, but somebody who's self aware to some degree at least. And someone who isn't afraid to explore. I think those are really, really important things in becoming a performer and an actor.
All right, thank you. So, if you are joining us live, once again, we've got Ntombizodwa Ndlovu, a Manchester-based youth member who's carving a career in acting with a particular emphasis on stage, theatre, and film. So, this is an all too familiar conversation that happens in BAME households. So, why not nursing? Why not social work?
Why?
Why not law?
Why
Why not
not?
medicine?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just wasn't passionate about it really. I don't think I was. I think I was okay in school, and it's one of those things like if I wanted to go into nursing, if I really wanted to become a lawyer, then I could do it. But I just don't want to, and I'm not passionate about it. And I always say there's a difference between being good at something and not having a passion for it, and being good at something and having a passion for it. If you have a passion for it, then you have absolutely no. You just have to do it. And I believe that whenever you have a gift, you have to share it with somebody. So I have a gift for acting and I have to share it with people. And I think I would be doing myself a disservice if, for example, I did health and social care, or, I was in uni doing law or something like that. And I have to say it was at the beginning, it was a rocky journey, because I remember picking my GCSEs, and and I picked art and health and social care, and I came home and my mom was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good, so that's good. And then I remember the next day I went to school and I changed it to performing arts and art. I don't think she was too happy about that, to be honest with you, but my mum now is really, really supportive of my dreams and my passions, which is why I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. So with your particular career, so so I take it you are in it for the long run. You are in it full time. There are no 50 shades about it. This is your life. This is your bread and butter.
Yes, 100%. Um, and the thing with acting, people think, oh, you can just it's a 9 to 5, you go home afterwards. It literally never leaves you because as an actor, you're literally using your own self, your own body, like you are the product. So it never really ends, to be honest with you. So yeah, it is 100% my bread and butter, and God willing, we'll move on to bigger things.
All right. So for someone who may say, I may want to consider a career in acting, what's a typical day for you? I mean, can you just talk me through
Okay.
normal your 9 to 5, so to speak?
My 9 to 5. So I'm in drama school at the moment. I go to the Manchester School of Theatre. Um, and I'll just tell you our days before COVID. It was just a madness. So in first year, that was, I think, one of the most intense things that I've ever done in my life. So you have to be in at 9. If you're late, you get sent home. If you're late 3 times, you're kicked off the course. So it's really all about discipline, and having the respect for yourself and other people's time. So we had voice classes, movement classes, acting classes, and some other classes called ensemble, which is where you guys strengthen your where you guys have an opportunity to strengthen each other, and it really gets you to gain a little bit more confidence in yourself. And we also had singing classes, we had fencing classes and stage combat classes. Actually, we've really done a lot. And we do accent classes as well. Just so many things. Um, and there was this Shakespeare term. We'd go in at 9, you warm up until 10 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock strikes, you get your session, which is, well, to be honest with you, every day was really, really different. So it's quite hard to pinpoint just one single like timetable. But I remember, so warm up until 10 o'clock for an hour, and then for about 3 hours, you would get out whichever Shakespeare play that you're studying, and you read through it, try to decipher the language that they used back then. And then you've got 2 hours, you probably will pop into your voice sessions where you work on releasing the voice and working on your diaphragm. And then you have lunch for an hour, you go back into Shakespeare class as well, and you start working on scenes. And then after Shakespeare class, you might have a 2 hour movement or sometimes 3 hour movement class. And in those classes, it would vary from animal studies, which is where you kind of study the movement of an animal, and that's meant to help you incorporate that movement into a character. So, for example, if your character is really like creepy and seedy, their animal might be a rat. So for that session, you might practice moving the behaviors, and you might practice learning the behaviors of a rat so that you can transfer it into that character. And then you get period dance, which is dances. I'm trying to think of a show that you might have seen that has those Elizabethan dances and the big ballroom scenes. So honestly, movement, you practice such a range of things. I could go on and on and on, but literally no day is ever the same.
I
Yeah,
can tell it's pretty intense, and all we see is just the finished product at the end, but we don't see the
yeah,
hard graft that goes behind the scenes. I'm sure those who are watching at home might want to see a demo of what you're talking about. Like, you talked a bit about observing the character of a rat, or animal study behavior, or going into character. So I'm gonna put you on the spot now, Ntombizodwa.
ah,
Just go into character for 2 seconds. I'm sure people are dying to see this soon to be famous actress on this platform, what she is made of. Just any character that you have studied or that you have done, any few lines, please. And if you are
Wow.
watching, please comment below as well for Ntombizodwa.
Oh my God, you've put me on the spot now, you know. Okay, let me think. Let's put this in. Oh gosh, I've frozen now. Just give me a moment. Let me.
Anything from Shakespeare?
Anything from Shakespeare. Yeah, I think. Okay. I'm trying to remember my lines.
It's okay.
Okay. Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humours of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? I think we'll leave it there.
Wow, that was really compelling, to be honest. And do you know what? I found it really hard to distinguish between your nature and the character. And to be honest, I could have easily watched that on ITV, on BBC, on Sky Atlantic. That's how much believable it was. Wow, that was really compelling. Honestly, for 2 minutes, I was just staring at the screen. I was like, okay, she started, is she in character now? And before I know it, you have finished. Wow, awesome. Thank you for that. So,
thank you.
Tracing back to your journey, have you done any auditions for anything? Expect Britain Got Talent. Have you tried doing something like that?
Oh gosh. So I have auditioned for X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. But I was literally very, very young. So I'm 23 now. So this was like what? I was 11 years old, and then one time when I was in high school, like 13. Obviously that didn't go anywhere, but it's their loss, whatever. And I think one of my first proper auditions was for college. I went to Sheena Simon, the Manchester College. It's in town. I think the name's changed now, but it was Sheena Simon when I went back. And I had to audition for my place there. I got in, which was amazing. And then the second time, well, when we were doing shows there, we also had to audition for parts. But the second like proper audition that I had to do was for this show called Banana. I think I was on my second year of college, and I got the job, and it was my first proper TV job, and I was just over the moon with that. And then after that, I did a couple more auditions, and I started applying to drama school. And if you want to join drama school, you just have to audition. Even if you're doing a course at a university, you still have to audition there. And the prices, you have to pay money. So I think the most expensive audition would be at a school called RADA, and their fees go up to £95. I don't know if this has changed yet, but I think that's the most expensive. And the cheapest one, I think the cheapest one in my years of auditionings that I saw was probably £35. So you really have to save up, for your dreams. And so most of the schools that I'd auditioned for, most of the drama schools are in London. So you usually have to travel there back and forth. And it's not just one round, it's, I think, a maximum of 4 rounds. So you literally have to keep going back and forth. And I've auditioned for theatre shows and other programs that have helped me progress a little bit in my career.
Wow. I can just imagine standing in front of Simon Cowell and all the lot. So you have definitely put in the hours, and it's now starting to show dividends. And at the moment, who are your, where do you draw your inspiration from? famous people that you aspire to at the moment?
Okay. So do you know what? I'm really loving John Boyega's career progression, and Danielle Kaluuya's progression as well. I think those guys are doing absolutely amazing. And Michael Ward, you know, he was in Top Boy, and those people just have a tremendous amount of talent. And currently, I'm going to start doing a show on the 14th next week, and my character reminds me of Viola Davis. I don't know if people have ever watched How to Get Away with Murder, but that's where I'm going to gain inspiration for my character. And she's another woman that's absolutely phenomenal. You know, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, they're all very phenomenal, talented, incredible, inspirational women. You get Michaela Cole, Jodie Foster. It's just so many people.
All right. So obviously we can't finish this conversation without making it topical. So we also have to relate to topical issues. So at the moment we've got Black Lives Matter. There's talk about equality and diversity. Has there been any progress from your experience, especially from a performance point of view? Are you beginning to see any changes?
I think so. Yes, you're definitely beginning to see changes, and I think that's mainly because now BAME people are beginning to get into those spaces, not only as the performance, but as directors, producers. You know, they're really beginning to get behind the camera and produce their own work, and I think that's the main thing. And of course, the rest of the industry is it's getting there, but very, very slowly. I can't lie. And even at schools, in drama schools as well, you're beginning to see a massive change, especially in the intake of students. So, for example, in my school, I'm the only black person in my year, and in the year above me, she's left now, but she was the only black person in her year, and in the year below, there was one black person as well. But now the current first years, there's been quite a lot of diversity and quite a lot of BAME people there, which is absolutely amazing, you know, because it really does change your entire experience.
All right. So to any aspiring actors or actresses at the moment, obviously you got to balance the fame side of things, which is the big ups you're going to get from people, and obviously putting bread on the table. Can you just talk me through the numbers, like starting salaries, what young people can expect in the industry, and maybe the minimum and what can be the maximum in the industry?
Do you know what? I don't think there's a maximum, you know. If you ask those A-listers what they're getting, it's quite crazy. But in terms of like the minimum would be doing a free show. And there isn't really a starting salary. It just depends on how big your role is. And if your role is big, then you get more. So for my first job, I think I got £780, and that was literally for me being on screen for 1 minute.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, for like a minute's work, and that was literally after my agent deducted 15% as well. So again, you will get an agent, and an agent will ask for a percentage.
Wow.
So yeah, it is when you start working, you do get quite a lot of money, I have to say. Yeah, no, it pays well when you're doing well and you're getting amazing jobs. And again, like I said, the bigger you are, the more you probably be paid. And it depends on how much time you have on screen or on stage. Yeah, and I think the most recent job that I did was for a friend of mine, and it was a script reading, which is basically where they give you an idea of something that they've written up, and you have to come into the room with other actors, and you literally just read the script and explore. And I did that for a week, and I think I got around 680 for that. So yeah, and it also depends on what company you're working for. The bigger the company, the better you get paid, of course. Mm.
All right. So, obviously, taking you to Hollywood now, there's been a lot of people coming out. We've seen some prominent figures being put into jail. How safe is it for young people, especially from a BAME background, to be an
Mhm.
actress? How has the industry changed?
Um, I think it's getting better and better every day, and that's partly because people aren't afraid to speak out anymore. And in this industry, you often find that people are always so grateful just to get a crumb, that they forget that sometimes the way that they're being treated isn't good. And even myself, I'm trying to display this whole like, I'm so thankful, oh my god, like I'm really grateful. Like, no, it's my job, I'm supposed to be here, like somebody who works a 9 to 5 doesn't go in and it's like, oh my god, thank you so much you guys for hiring me. Of course be grateful, but at the end of the day it's still your job. And in terms of how safe is it, like I said, I think it is getting better and better, especially for women as well, and for BAME people, with programs being put in place in terms of educating people. And when you meant how safe is it for BAME people, did you mean in terms of
Of
racial discrimination, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we have read cases about women being abused, taken advantage of, just to have that cameo role in an
Yeah,
upcoming picture or anything like that. And yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I think that's a tough question because I really do think it depends on the situation and who you're working with, and it really helps to have people to talk to and not being afraid to speak out ASAP. And not only if you're the person that's going through that, but the other people that are watching this happen, that people shouldn't just be quiet, because one day, believe it or not, you will be held accountable. Like, this is the age of social media. Whatever you have done will pop up, and you'll be held accountable. And especially like if you have an agent, you can always go and talk to them if you're not comfortable going to the director, producer, etc. So yeah, you do have people there to protect you, and it's quite. I think it really depends on the individual's personal experience in terms of safety, but yeah, no, I
all right.
think people are always pioneering towards somebody being comfortable in the space.
Well, you'll be glad to know that we are coming to the end now. And I just want to thank those
Oh,
people
wow.
who are watching today, who have shared this link where we are celebrating our own, some incredible talent, one confident young lady, brave, who is willing to take her space. So, if you were advising a 13-year-old right now who's watching this, probably 5 years from now, it's stuck somewhere on YouTube and they're looking for some inspiration, what would you tell them right now in a minute?
What would in a minute, okay.
Yeah.
I would tell them to follow their passions as much as they can, and to never stop working towards what you love. At times it will get hard, at times you want to quit, but just remember who you're doing this for, and always try and think about your future, you and how you want to be in your future. Just carry on investing yourself, always believe in yourself, do it for you, do it for your family. Just, yeah, always believe in yourself, and no matter what, people want to see you do good. If some people don't want to see you do good, then you don't need them in your life. But everybody's rooting for you. Don't give up. Believe in yourself.
Wow, absolutely. And that's so profound, Ntombizodwa. I really appreciate you sharing those nuggets today. And are you on any social medias in case somebody wants to link up with you
Yeah.
for some mentoring, for exchanging notes, or maybe some agent is stumbling upon this interview right now and you may be fitting the part?
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I do have social media. I mainly use Instagram. I'm on Twitter. So my Instagram is zo.ndlovu. So zo.ndlovu. And my Instagram, I think it's the same. zo.ndlovu. You can always find me on Facebook as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And don't forget to share this link on your socials as well. So most people watching right now may think, oh, it looks like it's hard work. You put in a lot of hours studying the script, and then sometimes you may not make the cut. Okay, it may be good money. Hopefully, I may be like the next Viola Davis or Denzel Washington or Will Smith, so to speak. So, what's the fun side? How do you unwind? How do you chill? Is there any
Yeah, but
rest
you
time
see,
for you?
you see, what you've mentioned is actually the easy part. Like that's the fun part. Um, the hard part really is looking for agents. It's the practical stuff, looking for agents. You'll be a freelance artist, so managing your taxes, learning about all the mathematics and all of that, especially if you're not if you're not well versed in that side of life, then that's where most people have difficulty. So where do you have fun? When do you not? You have to leave space for yourself to, I don't know, it could be as easy as going back home, running yourself a bath, or making yourself a nice meal, going out with friends. And it's really, really important that you find your circle, you find your people. That way, no matter if you're having a bad day or a good day, you will always have that support system.
Wow. I'm going to read a few comments that have come live here just to inspire you. Phenomenal woman. Can't wait to see your success. Passionate, absolutely. Maldives, someone really loves you going to the Maldives. You're so proud of you. So this is amazing. So you're flying the flag definitely for us. And we really appreciate you coming onto this platform. And what we tend to do on this platform, we always want to give balanced interviews. So I don't want people to get an impression that all is rosy, right? I want you to think of a moment where you fell down, you were knocked down, and how did you bounce back? Not necessarily restricted to your acting career,
Yeah.
in your whole lifespan up to now.
I'd say my journey auditioning for drama schools was pretty hard. I was auditioning for 4 years, and on the fourth year, I was like, God, if you do not give it to me this year, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not doing drama school anymore. And I got in on the fourth year, so that was really amazing. And the journey there was hard, and at one point I was going to go to St. Mary's University to study linguistics, which is the most randomest thing I would have ever done in my entire life, and because again at home, my mum wants to see me succeed. She doesn't want to see her daughter suffer. She wants me to have a good life. So it was that, like, Zozo, are you gonna do something solid now? Are you gonna do something stable now? You're gonna get like a job where you're gonna, be solid. And for 4 years, I had these little jobs, working at, those people that stand outside and talk to you about charities and stuff. I went, and at one point, like in 1 year, I think I went through 5 jobs, a call center, 2 fundraising jobs. Yeah, it was a tough time, but I think what you have to do is persevere and to remember to always back yourself. And actually, like one of my friends, like he's been trying to get into school for 8 years, and he's literally just gotten into, if not like the top drama school in Europe, and he's always backing himself, and his journey's been really inspirational. So it's not always rosy, but then again, is life always rosy?
Wow. on such a poignant note, I really appreciate you, but we can't finish this project, this interview, without you addressing young people. We are living in a hotspot in Greater Manchester with COVID. What advice can you give our viewers, young people out there, with regards to being safe during the pandemic?
Yes. I would say being safer than the pandemic. Of course, always wear your mask, social distance when you can. Carry your hand sanitizer. Don't be dirty out here. And literally, just again, mask, hand sanitizer, 2 meter distance, and don't be going to any of those motives where it's packed. You're not only keeping yourself safe, but the other people around you. And if you guys are looking for something to do indoors, if you're stuck in your houses, just remember to try and write something, whether it's a piece of music or a show, whether it's jotting down your feelings. Just try to create something. It might be a piece of art, painting, make a little film if you want. Just try and create something, I think.
Wow. Thank you so much, and we've come to the end of our interview. And I want you to do the honors and take us out. And I know you're a prolific singer, or if you want to go back into character, just take us out in the next minute or two. Just do us a piece. Come on, let's do it.
You want me to sing? Oh God.
Why not? Why not? I know you can come up with something, any beat, Alicia Keys.
What do you want?
Anything. I've seen you on stage do something, anything, just a cappella.
just a cappella, something. Okay, let's think of something inspirational, something powerful. 'Cause I am a superwoman. Yes, I am. Ooh, yes, she is. Oh, even when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest with an S on my chest. Oh, yeah, I'm a superwoman. Yes, she is. Everywhere I'm turning, oh, nothing seems complete. And I stand up and I'm searching, oh, for the better part of me. Say I am a superwoman. Yes, she is. Ooh, yes, I am. Even when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest with an S on my chest. Oh yeah, I'm a superwoman. Yes, I am. Thank you, guys.
Wow. That was awesome. Thank you. You've been a good sport. All the best. And if you're watching, please do look out for the next big thing, Ntombizodwa Ndlovu. If you see any flyers, if you see any theater tickets, you might see a face on a bus stop advert, at the airport, at the next road port or whatever. Please, let's support our own. And also, most importantly, let's share this link, reshare it on our platforms. And thank you so much. And to our IT guy, Tafazo in Bayago, thank you for such an awesome job. Positive Vibes Youth Club is the page to be. Big up once more to our project manager, Mr. Jeremiah Murefu. We appreciate all the help and support you give us and all the running around and all the team of volunteers that we have on our club. Thank you. Don't give up. Let's continue to make a difference. Peace out.
Thank you so much.